beach vacation. So I'm choosing my beach TBR, if you will. I have some ideas already because I know I want to read this book. It's a Greek mythology retelling from the perspective of everybody in Hercules' life except for Hercules. So I definitely want to read this book. Honestly, that's the only option I have so far. I don't know what else. I have so much fantasy on here. Like every book I have not read, except for this one. I think I might bring Once Upon a Broken Heart. Because this is like a light, fun fantasy. It's not necessarily like gonna take a lot of brain power, but it's cute and fun. 1 year for the beach, I read Normal People. And then I think every year after that, I've read a literary fiction book. And so I kind of want to keep with that theme. I don't really know if this is literary fiction though. I might bring this one. It's 3 different women, 3 different eras, and then somehow one mystery ties them all together. Let's add that. I feel like that's a good variety, but that leads me to my other point where I want to get a book that's just like classic summer, like good summer aesthetic, maybe setting. I'm not sure, but I think I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble for that. So we're gonna go book shopping. And I have my 2 confirmed books, and then the one I went to Barnes & Noble for, which is a gamble in itself because the last Abby Jimenez book I read I did not like. So I thought that I was going to bring this book, The Bleeding, where it's like the 3 different women, 3 different time periods, and like somehow all the same mystery connecting all of them. I don't know if I want to bring it though. For some reason this is really intimidating me. It's not that I'm only going to bring beach books, but like this does not look like a beach book. And I'm just, for some reason, like, I just don't feel like I'm gonna want to read it while I'm there. But I still want to read some sort of literary fiction book. So I'm thinking that this one will be better. It's The Cloisters. I don't remember if I mentioned this earlier in the video. But it's this woman who gets hired into the cloisters of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. And it's the specific section, the cloisters, is of medieval and Renaissance art. I think maybe this one is more interesting. So, or not more interesting, I'm thinking that I would pick this up more than I would this one. I really cannot justify why. I'm very much a mood reader, so I'm making it up, honestly. But I think this is going to be my beach TBR. I think I'm literally gonna start as soon as I get there with Herc. Oh, I don't know, I'm just so nervous about this one. Everyone loves it so much, but I read Yours Truly, and I did not like that book very much because they had a 3rd act breakup in that one, and the miscommunication was so bad, so strong, it drove me crazy. But I've heard such good things. So this is my TBR. Hopefully I will enjoy all of them. I'm back from the beach for the day. I'm on page 171 of Herc by Phoenicia Rogers. I think it's pretty good so far. It's kind of like an interview style of each perspective from other characters in Hercules' life, but it kind of reminds me of that. It's more that just them telling stories of encounters with Hercules. So it slightly reminds me of Daisy Jones and the Six, the way that book is set up, and it's like each character is just talking about experiences, but characters in this like sometimes talk directly to the reader, which I think is fun. And I also think it's fun because this is written in like very modern language. One of the characters was literally using like every other word because she's a younger girl, and I thought that was really funny. So I think it's good. It's just, I do think that kind of style of writing can be a little slow sometimes because I don't know entirely how to explain why I think it's so slow, but I guess it's because I'm not reading any of the action like firsthand. It's like someone's telling me the action, but at the same time I don't feel like that makes it any less exciting. I just think sometimes it just is like, I literally have no idea how to explain that. Hopefully it makes sense enough. But like I said, I'm back for the day, so that I don't think I'm gonna read anymore. But I think tomorrow when I go to the beach, I'll bring this book and something else so that I can maybe switch back and forth. I hope that doesn't just make me stop reading this, because it's good. I really like it, but I guess I'm just looking for something more active or more exciting. I think the next book I'm gonna bring with me is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, which I'm a little nervous about because I don't I read another book by her and I didn't love it, and I'm also trying to stray away from contemporary romance. So I don't really know why I chose to bring this book, but I hope that I really like it. Honestly, it's because everybody talks about it on the internet and they love it so much. So I'm gonna give it a try. I know that she includes, it's like a little bit more than just a romance book, so maybe that will be able to save it, but I'm also bringing this with me. Just got back in from the beach and I'm 234 pages into Just for the Summer, and I actually really love it. I'm so nervous though because the other book that I read by Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World, I liked until maybe the last 100 pages. That book I didn't like the whole entire story as much as I like the whole story of this one. So this one I'm already liking better, but I am worried about conflicts because I feel like both of them have very legitimate excuses for not being together at the end. I want them to be together so bad. So I hope that it works out, but I love this. I love the characters. I love the storyline. I love the plot. There's literally, I love everything about it, which is, I'm so happy. I'm so happy because I feel like I already said this, but I was super nervous about reading this book. Honestly, I was tearing up at one point, and I feel like that's a lot. I feel like that says a lot, especially for a contemporary romance book. You know, like I said, I'm trying to stray away from those kinds of books, but this one I feel like is more than just a romance book. And those are the kind of books that I'm trying to find. These two characters have so much going on in their own lives, but they are also trying to date, and that is what I love. So yeah, I'm really happy about this book. I really like it. So earlier today I finished Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads because this is such a good book. It is truly just two people living their own lives, but they fall in love with each other rather than just like a straight up romance. Like I feel like there wasn't like a true like third act breakup. Like there was just a conflict in one of their lives that created like, I guess, a conflict, but it wasn't even between the two like love interests. It was just a conflict in general. I'm so happy. I love this book so much. And this makes me want to check out some of Abby Jimenez's other books, because this is technically the third one in the Yours Truly like interconnected standalone. So maybe I'll read the other one of that, or maybe I'll just go on to another interconnected standalone that she has written. But I thoroughly enjoyed this and I highly recommend. And that leads me to, I'm on page 303 of the book Herc, and it's good. I still am enjoying it. Most of the chapters are an introduction to a new character and how Hercules interacts with them. So this is like Iphicles chapter 2. So it's, sometimes there's reoccurring ones, but honestly that doesn't happen very frequently. I can see there's like Theseus too, but anyways, so there's a lot of introductions to new characters almost every single chapter, which can be very overwhelming, and I do feel like I was overwhelmed for like a majority of this book. But I mean, I only have about 100 pages left, so I kind of do know everybody at this point, hopefully. I hope there's not any more introductions, but they always give good backstory for the characters, so it's not like you're lost. It just kind of sucks because you have to go through the whole entire setup every single chapter. So I definitely think this is like, if you're interested in Greek mythology retellings, absolutely pick this up. But like, if you have no interest at all, I do not think this book is for you. I don't think this will convince you to like Greek mythology retellings.
because this is, you like kind of have to know your stuff. Like you have to know, there are a lot of references to other myths in this book. There's a lot of references to a lot of Greek history as well, so you gotta be really in it to like this book. But I mean, I do really like that kind of stuff, so I am enjoying this. Yeah, I only have 100 pages left of this, so I will definitely finish it today, and I might move on to another book. But yeah, that's my update.
I think I'm gonna rate it 3 stars. It was good, but I feel like it was a lot of info dumping, but I feel like that's really ironic to say considering it's about Greek mythology and you have to have a lot of like background about the stories. I don't know. I think it was just really long and not as exciting as I thought it was gonna be, but it wasn't bad. So yeah, just a 3. I think I just struggle with books like that where it's like the characters are being interviewed, like same with Daisy Jones and the Six. The book was good, but it was kind of like, I feel like there's not a plot, even though there is, because the characters are telling stories. I feel like there's nothing going on. So that's how I feel about that. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Okay, so I'm back home now, and I obviously finished these 2 books while I was on vacation. I don't feel like I have that much left to say about this one, but I did want to say something else that I forgot to mention earlier when I was talking about how much I love this book, because guess what, I still love it so much. And I was thinking about how in this book the main character Emma deals a lot with like neglect and being lonely while surrounded by people, and I think Abby Jimenez did a really good job writing that specifically. I just really loved both of the characters in this book. Yeah, I just wanted to say one more thing that I absolutely loved. But thank you for watching. Hopefully I will see you next week, and all of my book social media is linked down below if you care to do anything with that. If not, bye.